Hi dears, in this video we are going to see 6th Geography chapter 3 Motions of the Earth. Earth, which is our planet? Which planet we are living? Yes, we already gone through in chapter 1, that is Earth. Earth is our planet. Motions, what is meant by motions? Movements. So the Earth having two motions, that is two movements of the Earth are rotation, revolution. What does mean by rotation? So before going to the rotation definition, we need to be clear about axis. Already we gone through about axis in chapter 2. What does mean by axis? Axis is a needle passes from north pole to south pole. It is called as axis. The needle passes from north pole to south pole in a tilted manner. It's called axis. Now let us go through the definition of rotation. What does mean by rotation? Rotation is the movement of the earth on its axis. Rotation is the movement of the earth on its axis. That is called as rotation. Now I will show you how the earth move on its axis through a video. Now check this video. Here this is the axis. Consider this is the axis. The needle passes from north pole to south pole in a tilted manner is called axis. See how the earth, I will show you.
Degrees.
See, the
earth rotates around its axis once a day.
Manner. This rotation,
the tilt of the axis affects when seasons occur.
Rotation.
When the axis tilts,
this is how the earth is rotating around on its axis, that is called as rotation. Here, this is axis. Actually, this is equator. The earth, the line which divides, the imaginary line divides the globe into two equal halves, that is called as equator. The earth move on its axis, that is called as rotation. The earth move on its axis, that is called as rotation. That is the definition of rotation. Now, let us go for orbital plane. What does mean by orbital plane? Before entering into orbital plane, what does mean by orbit? Already we gone through in chapter 1 the definition of orbit. What does mean by orbit? All planets revolve around sun in fixed, elongated or elliptical path is called orbit. Now, what does mean by orbital plane? Actually, this orbital plane and axis makes 66 1/2 degree between them. Are you well know about axis, and also you know about orbit. The angle between this axis and orbit is 66 1/2 degree. That plane is called orbital plane. The plane formed due to orbit, it is called orbital plane. What does mean by plane? Plane means flat surface. Plane means flat surface. The plane formed by orbit is called orbital plane. That is about orbital plane. And this is the diagram in your book they have given. See, listen here. Just see, this is axis. The needle passes from north pole to south pole in a tilted manner is called axis. And this is orbital plane. See how the degree from axis to orbital plane is 66 1/2 degree. And this is equator, you know about this very well. The earth, the imaginary line divides the earth into two equal halves, that is called as equator. And now let us go for circle of illumination. What is meant by circle of illumination? So now say me, what is the shape of the earth? Actually, the shape of the earth is accurately geoid. We gone through in chapter 1. We can say it is resembled to sphere, right? So, can the light falls on the sphere totally? No. See, just only the half portion of the sphere will receive the sunlight. Where the half portion receive the sunlight will be occurring day, and the half portion it won't receive sunlight. It will be night. Portion which receives sunlight, it occurs day, and the portion which don't have sunlight, there it will be night time. So this is what, why there is a morning time, and if it is morning in USA and it will be night in India. And if it is night in India, it will be morning in USA. This is why this is due to the circle of illumination only this happens. And what is mean by circle of illumination? Let me show the diagram. The circle which divides the globe into day and night is called circle of illumination. One particular line which divides the earth into day and night is called circle of illumination. Listen here. In this diagram, the sun rays fall to this half portion of the earth. So, this half portion of the earth receives daytime. And this half portion, it won't receive any sun rays. So, it will be night time. So, the line which divides the earth into day and night. See, this yellow color represents day and this black color represents night. So, the line which divides the earth into day and night, that is called a circle of illumination. So, what is the period of rotation? Actually, how much time the earth takes to rotate on its axis once? It takes 24 hours to complete one rotation. What is the time period of rotation? It is 24 hours and that period is called Earth Day. What is the period of rotation? See, it is 24 hours. That is one day. One day, it has how many hours? 24 hours. So, one rotation gives us one day. One rotation gives us one day. That is 24 hours. Time period of rotation is 24 hours. Now you think, what happened if there is no rotation of the earth? What happened if there is no rotation of the earth? Listen here. This is earth. This portion receives sunlight. So here it is day. This portion didn't receive sunlight. So here it is night. So if there is no rotation, the rotation has been stopped. So what happened? This same portion, half portion of the earth will be always occurring daytime. There will be no night time in this half portion. And in the remaining half portion, there won't be any daytime. Only it will receive night time fully. So this is a very extreme condition. So we cannot able to think that what happens if the rotation stops. Just we will recall chapter 3, motions of the earth. Two motions of the earth are rotation and revolution. First we are going through rotation. What does mean by rotation? Rotation means movement of the earth on its axis. And time period of rotation is 24 hours. Due to rotation only, we are having day and night. In a particular day, we are having day and night due to rotation only. Now, let us start to study about revolution. What does mean by revolution? Revolution is the movement of the earth around the sun. If the earth move around the sun, it is called as revolution. Now I will show you the video how the earth revolve around the sun. Now I am going to show you. See, in between what is that? Sun. And what is this? Earth. Listen here.
Approximately every 26,000 years.
This is how the earth
Today,
move around
this
the
is
sun.
how the seasons correlate with the axis of rotation and its orbit.
This is called as revolution. So, now we again define revolution. What does mean by revolution? Revolution is the movement of the earth around the sun in its orbit. That is called as revolution. Already we gone through the video how the earth revolve around the sun. And what is the time period for one revolution? It is 365 days and 6 hours. Actually, for every year we are neglecting, we are deleting, we are taking out this 6 hours and we are adding after every 4 years. So it will become a day. 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6, it is equal to 24. 24 hours makes a day. That day is called as leap year. That year is called as leap year, and this makes a day. That day falls on February 29. That year is called as leap year. So 2020, this is a leap year. So what does mean by leap year? All the years it will have only 365 days. But in leap year we have 366 days. Every 6 hours added and make a 24 hours to make one day. That is called as leap year. So, due to rotation only, we are having day and night, right? Already I conveyed this. But what happened due to revolution? The revolution, due to revolution only, we are having 4 different types of seasons, right? The seasons causes only due to revolution. If the revolution stops, if earth stops, see, listen here, if the earth stops revolving around sun, what happens? There won't be any seasons. If it is summer, you will be staying in summer for all the 12 months. Whether it is possible, whether can we able to stay in the fully, if the 12 months cover summer season, it is possible for us to lead the happy life? No. So here I make a difference between rotation and revolution with a small chart. See, what does mean by rotation? Rotation means the movement of the earth on its axis. What does mean by revolution? The earth revolve around the sun in its orbit is called revolution. Here I have drawn with a small symbol. Spin or turn, here go around. And what is the time period for rotation? 24 hours, that is 1 day. What is the time period for revolution? 365 days, that is 1 year. So rotation causes what? Day and night, yes. And revolution causes seasons. And due to revolution only, we are having 4 different types of seasons, that is summer season, winter, spring and autumn. Here, revolution. In this picture, they show you 4 different types of earth position. Winter solstice, summer solstice and equinox. What is meant by summer solstice? What is meant by winter solstice? And what is meant by equinox? We are going to see that. Here, what is meant by summer solstice? This picture show you what is meant by summer solstice. Listen here. The sun rays directly falls on, what is here? Above to the equator, what is there? Important parallel of latitude, that is Tropic of Cancer. The sunlight directly falls on Tropic of Cancer. So, the northern hemisphere, so the above part to the equator, it is called as northern hemisphere, and below it is called as southern hemisphere. The northern hemisphere is tilted towards sun. So, in northern hemisphere, we will receive summer season, and in southern hemisphere, we will receive winter season. Summer solstice starts on date 21st is June. 21st is June, the summer solstice, it starts. And here, the sunlight directly falls on Tropic of Cancer. Now, the northern hemisphere is tilted towards sun. And here, the North Pole receives continuous daylight. The continuous daylight will be there in the North Pole. Here it is North Pole. It is South Pole. So, the continuous daylight will be experienced in North Pole. This is what about summer. So, the short note on summer solstice. Summer solstice starts from 21st June and northern hemisphere is tilted towards sun. The sun rays directly falls on Tropic of Cancer. North Pole is inclined towards sun. So, continuous daylight in the North Pole, and the northern hemisphere receives summer season and southern hemisphere receives winter season. Here, this is winter solstice, vice versa, that is completely reverse. Let me show. See, here the southern hemisphere is tilted towards sun. The southern hemisphere is tilted towards sun. The sun rays directly falls on, here it is Tropic of Cancer. What is here? It will be Tropic of Capricorn. Above to the equator it is Tropic of Cancer, and below to the equator it is Tropic of Capricorn. The sun rays directly falls on Tropic of Capricorn, and this starts from 22nd December, and the southern pole receives continuous daylight in winter solstice. Everything vice versa, that is completely reverse to the summer solstice. Here I show you the short notes on winter solstice. Winter solstice starts from 22nd December, that is southern hemisphere tilted towards sun, and the sun rays directly falls on Tropic of Capricorn. Southern pole is inclined towards sun, so the continuous daylight in southern pole, summer in southern hemisphere and winter in northern hemisphere, completely reverse to the summer solstice. Here comes the equinox. What is mean by equinox? See, Equinox, it happens from 23rd September and 21st March. What happens during here? Here the sun rays directly falls on equator. So there will be equal day and night experience in all the parts of the earth. Equal day and equal nights. So that only it is called as equinox. Equal day, equal night. So it is called as equinox. It happens from 23rd September and 21st March, and the sun rays directly falls on equator. This is about equinox. Just we conclude chapter 3, motions of the earth. 2 motions of the earth are rotation, revolution. Due to rotation we are having day and night, and due to revolution we are having seasons. So that's all about chapter 3. We will continue to the next video about chapter 4. Thank you, dears.